Hello everybody, I'm a Pike Fake and welcome back to the year of Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy Origins Final Fantasy 2. So as you can tell, I am not reading the text any longer. This is something I'm going to try out and I think it'll be for the better. Looks like I need a canoe. Interesting. I can make it to Gatria. Just gotta grind. That's all I need to do. Just grind my ass off there. These guys are mighty kind. I mean, I could be a spy for all you know. You never know. They could have just stabbed us and be like, alright, you guys are spies now. What? You just fucking stabbed me. Yeah, but you're spies. You fucking stabbed me. Just, they'll take you in and heal you and shit. How do you know I won't convert? And that's how spies happen. So, just gotta do this real quick. I don't really like the default blue color. And I know blue is a classic or a default color for most Final Fantasy games. But for me, personally, I found a, I still don't like blue, but it's not that bad. I just found a nice color shade that I can put up with. Which is the same I use for Final Fantasy 1. And it's always been this. I don't even know what the hell the color is, but this is the color. I'm not even a fan of gradients. I would always make it a flat color. It just made it easier for my eyes when I was playing the games. A lot of people go with red or black or even the rainbow colors. But, you know. Alright. I get to do with this. It's fun stuff again. I'll do this later off screen. Don't worry about it. I just had to speed everything up for us. Auto target, what the fuck? Okay. This makes the game a lot easier. Like in Final Fantasy Origins, the enemy's dead and they're still gonna attack the target. They'll just swing at open air. But I'm not doing that. I know I said I wanted to play a challenge, but for the most part, I also want to play with convenience. I hope you guys think I'm skipping the text too fast, because I'm a fast reader, so it's kind of hard for me to gauge how fast everyone else who watches this can read. So what I just do is read the text out loud in my mind, and I go with that. I think we'll be fine though. For the most part, I'm using Firion's voice as Johnny Young Bosch because of Dissidia, since he voices Firion in that game. So, Final Fantasy 2, holy shit, I've only played this game once. There are many Final Fantasy games I've only played once. This is one of them. I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't memorable at all for me, personally. And not in a bad way, it's just... For some reason, I remember Final Fantasy 1 more than I did, well, Final Fantasy 2. A lot of people consider this game the black sheep of the Final Fantasy games, which I think most people are giving that to 13 now, but 13's still a mixed bag. Honestly, I don't think this game is that bad, but again, I've only played it once. So here we are in the Rebel Base Altair. Well, it's the whole town, but you know, the Rebel Base in Altair, I guess you can say. So these 4 orphans, left alone to fend for themselves, even though the Black Knights just murdered all of them. I mean, like literally murdered everyone, except including these guys. They left them for dead, bleeding, but they managed to survive because they opposed the Emperor. So I have 400 gil. I think I can afford stuff. I know I'm gonna get some stuff in the next dungeon, which is a basic thing in most games. But you know, might as well just spend all I got right now. Alright. Right now my menu is on start, and that is so fucking confusing for me. So I need to change that right away. I guess I moved it on accident. However, that is the default for the Game Boy Advance games. Not only for Dawn of Souls, but every other, well, game. Yeah, you can wear that. So right now, Maria's in the back row. She uses bows. And Gus, rather Guy, I keep calling him Gus because that's what the game called him here. Their default name for Guy was Gus, but his real name is Guy. Same goes for Mindu, his real name, or it was her? I don't know. They kind of been playing around with Minwoo's gender, I think. But his real name is Minwoo. I could be wrong though. Could be another character they've been playing around with their gender. So I can't afford any of this, but just fine. You don't really need the weapons because this game has an interesting system. Anyone can be anything. There is no set class. And honestly, what I need to do is grind, not only for the gil, but for, you know, spells. Namely, cure. That's all I'm gonna need. Anyone can learn magic. Anyone can learn black magic. Anyone can learn time magic, summon magic, assuming it's accessible in this game. But I'm pretty sure it's not. Alright, so if you notice, there's a menu that says Ask, Memorize Items. If you're not familiar with this is its unique mechanic, and it's only found present, well, it's only present in this game. And a lot of people mostly liked it, and well, not it's a mixed feeling, honestly. A lot of people did like it, some didn't. You think back in the day, that shit's pretty awesome. It's really different from Final Fantasy 1, and that's something you gotta give credit for. The loading screens for part 2 are a lot more longer than usual, so you'll hear music before the screen fades in, as you notice. But yeah, this is the overworld music. Actually, thanks to Theatrhythm, I've gotten a lot used to it. I used to not like a lot of the music for Final Fantasy 2, but a lot of it just grew on me, and I'm already poisoned. That's great. So as you can tell, we're missing, but once we defeat once we defeat these fucking horns, cause fuck hornets, you'll see what's up with this game. And I can talk more about it later. I guess not. I'll show off the grinding, I won't show off the grinding, I just want to show off a battle. But there isn't really much I can do, except go to the next village, so I'll do that. I'm gonna do the grinding after I reach the nice, leeway point, but in the meantime we're gonna watch some random battles and fun stuff. Stranglers, holy shit. Wow, Maria, you did shit damage. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be dispersing your guys' damage right now, at the very least. Because everything is threatening to us. We are only orphan children. I think we're around the age of 16 to 20. Anywho, if I could change Mindu's name to Minwoo, I would, but I don't think I can. At least not yet, but... okay, maybe I really don't know if I can. But I'm just gonna be referring to him as Minwoo. Ah, so an HP increase for Guy. We didn't level up though, he just got HP. So if you can tell where this is going, yeah, this is gonna be one of those kind of old school games. It's different, but how different is it? I don't think it's that bad though. After a long trekking to Gatria, where the man said he couldn't think we'd be able to do it, we did. All I had to do was buy new armor, which really did help. Yeah, so now we know where Finn is, and which is where I need to go. So that's cool. Again, I'm not familiar with this whole game at all. In fact, I barely have any recollection of this memory, except we gotta fight David Bowie. That's pretty much it. Alright, 91 gil. I am broke as a motherfucker. These guys offer different things, so talk to them. So cross for curse, mana for amnesia. I find it hilarious. A maiden's kiss for a toad. And a golden needle for a stone. Potion, Ether, Cottage. and elixir. Either I'm gonna go between those two because that's, I don't know, I just always pronounce them either or that way. But yeah, cottages, very useful. Like in the last game, Final Fantasy 1, cottages, best friend. Unlike Origins, I think this one doesn't use the point system, I believe, or the day cast spell per day system. Although again, I don't really remember. It could be different for Origins version than it was for Dawn of Souls, so it's kind of hard to say I know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm playing. So if you guys don't mind me not speaking the dialogue, I know some people don't like it, and I know some people do. I'm either or when it comes to watching other people play their Let's Plays of RPGs games. So yeah, this whole place is like, well, not this just one town, but the world, I guess, so far is really under an iron fist right now. All because the Emperor summoned beams to do his bidding. How the hell did the Emperor do that? The fuck? I don't think there's anyone else left to talk to, so all that left for me is to do is go to Finn. Which I believe that's where I'm gonna meet Leon, but could be wrong. This game is not as hard. Okay, one thing about this game, it's not hard, but it's not easy. I think this game has like, this is from memory, and this is from Dawn of Souls. So I'm assuming Origin's a lot more harder than, a little bit more harder than Dawn of Souls, from my research that I did looking from which better version to play. Because it was either play this one or the PSP version. And I decided to go with the PS1 version. And no new upgrades, huh? Other than Guy, who got an HP upgrade earlier. So the river is up north, but I like to sidetrack a bit, which might be my downfall. Don't worry, I'm gonna pick up this game when it comes to editing and whatnot much later in the future, which is like 2 parts from now. Right now, I just gotta get all this shit out of my chest about how I feel about this game. And then, you know, okay, I can have a steadfast of, you know, dialogue from talking about the game and what's going on in the game and all that fun shit. There's commentary and whatnot. This is the strangest overworld music though for Final Fantasy, but I think it's fitting because it does have that melancholic tone, and I am fucked. I am fucked. I am fucked. That's what you get for stepping over your boundaries. I didn't think I'd die this soon. That'll teach you to sidetrack. Crazy shit though. All the battles I got from here to, well, from the beginning of the town to this town, I actually got some nice stats upgrade already, and that's crazy considering I did not get hit that much. Nor, well, I hit just as many as enemies as I did previously. Anywho, that's a goblin. Different sprite than the Final Fantasy 1 sprite. Honestly, I like this sprite a little bit more, but Final Fantasy 1's the goblin sprite's a little nostalgic for me. I gotta say though, this game, it has those tiles. You saw what just happened. It has those tiles that say, oh, you're in a different high level area, motherfucker. Blap. I took 400 health damage. Oh my god. So HP is gonna be pretty big here. But then again, that could have been mitigated with some armor, so I could be wrong. But look at the space in between these, well, the max HP to, well, current HP. There's enough room for 2 more digits, so yeah, the thousands is gonna be a thing. So I definitely don't want to stray from my main target anymore, so yeah. I'm almost there where I need to be, which is the city of Finn. Which isn't a long walk from Altair. In fact, it's enough for you to journey there without it being too hectic, because unlike if you were to walk from here, from Altair to Finn in Final Fantasy 1, I'm sure you would have probably needed a lot of potions. That and spells. Here, you know, you just find auto attack and everything. These hornets, fucking hornets, man. At least poison did 0 damage. I was convinced in Final Fantasy 1 poison did a percentage amount of damage, not a set amount of damage. Best example I can give is that my white mage, when the white mage got poisoned, it took a lesser amount of damage from poison than, let's say, my fighter. So I would say it's percentage based. But the Kingdom Fin is right here. And if you've noticed, I am no longer poisoned out after battle, so that's pretty fucking cool. Really easy though, but no, it makes it easier is what I'm trying to say, but really cool. So, you can move characters to the front or back, but one has to be in the front. So keep that in check. And of course there's gonna be a random battle right in the city walls. It's okay, I'll defend everyone. The guy's already in red. Maybe he'll do his desperation attack. No, that's Final Fantasy VI. Desperation attacks in Final Fantasy VI are the equivalent of limit breaks for Final Fantasy VII and onward. Of course, it's not called limit breaks for 8 and 9, but essentially that's what I'm trying to get at. Also, if you've noticed, the new thing for Final Fantasy II is they run across the battlefield when they're done, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool as far as Final Fantasy games go, because they usually just stand there and just do their fanfare. And I think 2 is the only one. I don't know if 3 does it, because I've never played 3. But 2 is the only one that does that, so yeah. And I fucked up. On purpose, though. I can't kill him, I believe. Well, I can kill him, but I don't think I should bother. And by I mean, you can kill him, you gotta be overleveled for it. Why would you shoot 3 arrows to the back of a woman who's running away? That's messed up, man. Just don't overstep your boundaries like I did. And I'm not in the good. I am worried for Furion. See, I got in another battle because I accidentally pressed down in the world map and I got into another random battle. And while I managed to kill him, Furion got his shit slapped. So I need to run. Okay, you guys can run away. Well, luckily for Guy, he's getting his shit slapped, so this is actually gonna help us out in the long run. Yeah, they're all focusing on him. Okay, never mind. So if we don't kill him in this turn, Furion is officially dead. And Guy's like, dude, you can stop hitting me. I'll hit you twice. Tenfold. Everyone's hitting hard, because I did do the grinding like I mentioned. And because Guy took a lot of beatdowns, he got more HP and more endurance. And that's how this game's gonna work. The more you attack, the more you're gonna get for more attack. The more spells you cast, the more spells damage you're gonna do. The more spell damage you take, the more magic resistance you're gonna get. The more physical damage you take, the more HP you're gonna get, and endurance and whatnot. So this plays like an old Western RPG game. Stats aren't distributed randomly, they are earned, which makes this game easy and hard. I'm not saying you can grind to make the game easy, because that's every RPG, or any game in general, but it's how you want to level them up is what you want to do. Namely, your offensive stats. I gotta say, I think I might leave the text to a slow crawl, because that just does make it easier for me to gauge how you guys, you know, how fast you can read. Although I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm gonna switch on and off. I like how this guy's like, there's a dying guy behind me, so you're a problem now, yeah. See ya. So before we talk to this dying guy here, let's grab this potion. Another potion, and another potion, and another potion, and another. I don't think there's no more hidden walls here, but yeah, let's talk to this dying man here. How cruel of you, game, to give out fanfare when the dying man just died right before us on this very tile. But yeah, Prince Scott, he did. Give us a ring, and we have no message to give to Hilda now. By the way, if you didn't know what you were doing, even if you didn't talk to NPCs, but if you asked about the Wild Rose to Princess Hilda, she would have been like, yeah, you gotta go to Finn. So you do that. But I got a ring, so that's cool. And it's a keepsake from Scott. It allows the party to view the world map, which is gonna be very, very useful. So let's go back to text speed 1. That way you guys can give me a good gauge. Well, not really you guys, but I assume it's mostly me than it is you. Pretty sure you all can read fast. So on the controller, I think I can set it to the map. Yes, no? Yes, I can. So let's set that to R2. Because I'm going to be using the map a lot. Alright, so my next objective is to go meet Gordon. And give him the courage from his dying brother Scott. And before I do that, definitely want to give a potion. And I know the potion says restore some HP, but it really does restore a lot of HP compared to Final Fantasy 1. So let's check out the map real quick. And there's the map. Really ugly looking map. I'm assuming the brown is the mountains and woods is green and marshlands, I guess you could call it. Or swampy area, gray and all that fun stuff. But where we need to go is, I believe it was down here? No, not down there. Huh. I forgot where Gordon is. That's fine, I need to figure this out on my own. I mean, we can't go here just yet. And I like how this has like a fish eye or not fish eye, but more like a telescopic view that bend to it. But what I need to do is go back to the city of, or village of, whatever the fuck that place was called with the G. I want to say Gravitron, but it's not Gravitron. And prepare my journey and whatnot. Oh wait, Gordon. I remember where he is, duh. You know what? I'll warp us there. And of course, by warp, I really meant transition. So back at Altair, I remember where Gordon is. Thanks to trying to remember the city or the village with the G, which his name is Gatria. I'll probably forget later on anyways. But yeah, Gordon. We already spoke to him. And that's about it. I told Gordon what he needs to hear. Now I gotta do is speak to Hilda. I gotta say though, eventually you do meet an NPC here. But you gotta come in and out of the village a lot. It's a thief. But I've never really ever seen him. Maybe I skipped him in the very beginning. Fuck if I know. Let's find out. I'm just gonna go inside the village one more time, see what happens. Could be wrong though. Man, but these loading times. Classic PlayStation disc. PlayStation, well, not really PlayStation, but classic disc games in general. I guess he's not gonna pop up. Alright, let's go speak to Hilda and Min Woo. So I'm gonna ask her the wild rose thing again, and this is what she'll tell you. She'll tell you about the crest, the password, and all that stuff. And then she'll give you the hints, as I mentioned. But, I might as well show it off. Like, which is what I'm doing right now. Because, why not? So, all I do is gotta get the Mithro now. And he has nothing to say about the ring. The mystical metal Mithro. And Minwoo knows nothing about metal. Does this guy not rock? Of course it's Mithro, but it's the metal Mithro. It's a stupid joke, right? Just leave me alone. I tried, not really. I just felt like saying shit. Anyways, maybe Gordon knows something about Mithro. Well, that's nice, but... Oh, I see. Cassion, Mithro, Scott, dead. Okay, I don't know where he's going with this. No, he wants us... Well, he kind of told us to go to Cassion. Or Cassian. But yeah, isn't it weird for a black mage to be selling white magic? But read to learn cure. It can also be equipped as an item. Got that. I don't think I'm going to be needing magic as much as I am going to be needing, well, equipment. But I do need to get other stuff. I think Cassian has a little bit more useful spells. But check this out. Now that I got magic, I guess MP will be displayed now in the battle, or the use of magic. So Cure Scroll, equip that, and now I can cast magic. Of course I don't see it, but I can cast magic now. Honestly, I don't remember how this works. I don't know if you just use it, or it's there for everyone. I'll find out once I get into battle, but before I do, I need to go to the inn. Yes, I need to go to the inn, because there is going to be a handy dandy amount of resting here. You're more expensive than the inn in freaking Cornelia. We're orphaned. You cruel, cruel innkeeper monster, you. You know what? I think I remember where to go. Only not really remembered, but realized that I forgot to ask a certain Hilda about the Mithril herself. So I was doing everything right, I just forgot to do that. This is where the annoyances come from, the system of the ask and learn stuff, but I still think it's pretty badass, regardless of how quote-unquote annoying it is. So there we go. I remembered Minwoo has to come with us really early in the game. I'm like, wait a minute, did I skip something? But no, I just forgot to ask Hilda about Mithril. That fanfare is the closest fanfare you're gonna get to something being relatable to Dragon Quest. Anywho, got Minwoo, and all I gotta do is find Namingwei so I can change his name to Minwoo. Fortunately, there's no Namingwei, or Namingwei. I don't know how you pronounce it. I would pick either or, but fucking Lagomorph, dude. Yeah, anyways, got the canoe, equipment. I remember how the cure scrolls work as soon as I stepped out. You use them. That's what you gotta do. So, let's remove this, and cure scroll. There you go. Rio cannot use cure. That's pretty much how it works. I should probably show off Minwoo's stats, because as you can tell, this guy's pretty beast. Look at that, 175 HP, and look at all the magic he can do. The cures, the lives, the Asunas, the blinks. But yeah, these are all the spells that are to come in this game. Well, everyone else has shit. We have this. It looks like it's going by the point system, but can't really tell. So if you're curious what they do, cure, life, Suna, Ba Suna, barrier, blink, shell, shield, wall, dispel, phase, silence, fog. Swap is actually pretty good for some situations in battle. I remember using this. Warp, very good. Fear. So, what you want to do is decide. I mean, if you're new to this game, you won't know, but what you want to do for the second time around is decide who's going to be what in this game. Similar to that of, I guess, a job system in Final Fantasy. Because this is basically what it is. By the by, we got the canoe. We can now check it if you want. You can check it. It's a boat used to traverse lakes and rivers, which is where I need to go. I have a little bit of gil, but I have enough to buy more stuff. So if I keep on using white magic with Maria, she'll get more white magic points. And magic is a really hard thing to grind in this game unless you cheat. I'll mention more about that cheat later on. But what you want to do, what I would recommend is you buy more cure scrolls, but you really want to buy at least one offensive spell. Now, I haven't 100% decided what I'm going to do, but I am going to make Maria my caster for the time being until I decide what I want to do with Furion and Guy. See, Furion, I made him Cecil from Final Fantasy IV, Paladin. He would heal and buff, and mostly buff himself in tech. Whereas Gus, or Guy rather, I don't know, I keep calling him Gus, I want to call him Guy. I mean, the Dawn of Souls version calls him Guy. I made him a straight up berserker, because he had a lot of health and whatnot. Oh yeah, and occasionally you get the airship. I'm actually glad it popped up this time. I was wondering if it was ever going to pop up. But yeah, with that said and done, thank you for watching this part of Let's Play Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy 2 with me, Opaque Flake. K. Thanks, bye.